She went to their house and hooked up with them both in under 3 hours in 2 different locations. She's an icon.
Thank you.
Hi, guys.
I did it again, and I swear I did not mean to do that. We have to do it again. I'm embarrassed. I can't believe I just did that. Hey, guys. I think I have to say hi. It's the hey that's throwing me off. It's the hey that's off. Because hey and gay, it's just like the sounds in my mouth. Guys, I don't know how to stop that. I apologize.
That is the funniest thing in the entire world.
Hi, guys. See, I can say it. Welcome back. Welcome back to Like the Queens.
Keep going.
I hope you guys had a very wonderful New Year, celebrated in the best way for you. Mine was pretty chill. I stayed at home and played games, and
same.
At the strike of midnight, I told my friend Brady happy birthday, because his birthday's on January 1st, so.
Aw, happy birthday, Brady.
Very fun.
That's awesome. I played games with my family, too, and we drank champagne at midnight.
As you should. Yeah.
Yeah.
We started drinking when we had dinner, like around 6, so it got fun by midnight, but that's the point.
My parents were drinking, but I don't know if people notice, I'm sick again. I've been sick for 3 months. Just like constantly sick. And I think it might be because my immune system just like hasn't been able to catch up, because I've been going and working and not giving myself the chance to get better. Mm-hmm. And so now I am sick and I can't breathe at all, and I have a fever even with medicine. And yes, you guys, I did a rapid COVID test. It was negative, but I'm still getting another one done because I have been exposed to COVID, unfortunately.
It happens, especially in these day and ages.
Yep.
Especially in these...
Yes, that thing, Victoria.
Everybody knows what I'm trying to say.
We all know.
I can't even blame this on me being tired. I got a good amount of sleep. I just can't talk, so this is gonna be a real fun episode for me.
Do you have anything to update me on?
Actually, yeah, I do.
Okay.
Let's see.
Is it Daytona guy?
No, Daytona guy hasn't contacted me at all, which is great. So
that's crazy.
I don't know what he's doing. Hope he's having fun with his girlfriend, question mark. I do have a bone to pick with Bumble. So I opened Bumble one morning, was swiping away, as I do, and it was fine. Then I closed the app, I go about my day, and then I come back in my room. A couple hours later, I'm like, time to swipe again. I open up Bumble, and it's like, welcome to Bumble. Would you like to create your profile? And I said, this is funny, because I was just on here like a couple hours ago. And no, I had to recreate my whole Bumble account, upload my photos, upload my whole like bio and like where I work, literally everything. Granted, it was fun because I got to go through my photos again. And like I did recreate my profile, but I also like reached out to Bumble support or whatever. And I was like, excuse me, what happened to literally all of my matches? They were all gone. I have like literally nothing. I had nothing at all. And it was like, where do you live? And it was like, start swiping so we can see what you like. And I'm so mad because I've been swiping all summer. My Bumble was like really caught up with who I liked. No, and it's deleted. It's still deleted. They haven't gone back to me. And
you tried logging in with like a phone number and all?
Yeah. It was like, did you set up your recovery email? And I did when I like first got the app.
Yeah.
Nothing. It was like, we've never seen that email before. And I was like, okay.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Luckily, like, I wasn't in the middle of talking to anybody.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I had some, like, matches, but, like, sucks for them, I guess. But it's fine. That's what happened on Bumble. And then Tinder, this is, okay, the dating apps are coming after me because on Tinder, they sent me a message and they were like, we deleted your bio because it violated community guidelines or something. And
what was your bio?
It was, I'm just a girl trying to find a place in this world. And it was like, if you don't know this reference, like, learn or something. It was like something along those lines. And my bio was gone. So now it's like, I updated it. And I was like, okay, I don't really know.
What the world?
Why this happened to me. So apparently the universe...
What's going on?
...doesn't want me to be on the dating apps right now. And, you know, it's okay. Because I have Pasta Guy. Pasta Guy, remember him? Do we remember him? So,
yes.
He has been texting me a lot. Like, literally since the last time we hooked up. Last time we hooked up was, like... before, like, October. And he's texted me, he at least texts me, like, once a week. Just to, like, check in. He's like, hey.
I like that.
Yeah, and it's, like, really sweet. Yeah. He knows that, like, nothing is ever gonna happen. And he just, like, literally the day my Bumble got deleted, he reached out to me and he's like, hey, what are you doing? Like, we should see each other again. And I was like, yeah, you're right. We should. I was like, why not? Why not see each other again? We haven't seen each other since, but we do have plans. So,
yay!
Gonna see Pasta Guy again. Let's see if he gets me more pasta. I told him that was the one requirement. So.
I love that.
Yeah. I only have like one day less than 2 weeks left in Florida. So I guess it's kind of a sign not to swipe too much.
You're going to be leaving.
Get these guys' hopes up.
Exactly. You're gone. See you later.
That's my update since my Bumble got deleted. But I have Bumble now.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Good. And when you're in New York, you'll get New York men.
Yeah. Boy, oh boy, am I excited for that. Please don't let me down. Please.
Good.
Did I tell you? Update.
Did I tell you I went on the date with the bartender?
You did.
Did I tell you how it went?
No. You said it was okay. That's what I got. You were like, date was okay.
Yeah, it was okay. He was almost 30 minutes late.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Red flag.
We planned to meet at 7 o'clock, and I got there like a few minutes early, and I went ahead and went up to the restaurant because this place is always busy and has a wait, and I put our name on the list, and I told him I did that, and he's like, okay, great. I'll see you in a little bit. They told me the wait was going to be between 30 to 45 minutes. 30 minutes, or like, I guess, because I'm not counting the fact that I got there early against him.
Yeah.
I was counting, like, because he got there at, like, 7:20 to, like, 25, something like that. But I waited 30 minutes outside by myself, and I was sitting down until, like, I was there that long by myself to be seated with that long of a wait, already looking at the menu by the time he came in. And when he came in, he was wearing a sweatshirt, and he looked disheveled, and he looked really tired, which I'm not going to hold against him if he wasn't tired. But I also know he wasn't doing anything that day, so it also made me wonder if he was high.
Yeah.
The way he looked. And so, like, it wasn't a great first impression, and he could talk a lot about himself, but, like, he could never return the questions.
Mm-hmm.
It was always just me asking and him talking and talking and talking, but hardly ever returning the questions back on me or asking me something. And so conversation was just a little hard.
Yeah.
Here's the kicker of what happened that I didn't tell you about.
Okay.
I was like, yeah, I'd give him a second chance or whatever, like, even if he, like, didn't give me the best first impression. We have mutual friends, people who I really like, so hopefully, like, if we did some kind of activity that he would be, like, more, like, he'd be better, like, on the second date. He started talking about, like, places he liked to go to in Charlotte and things like that, and I was like, and I was like, oh yeah, I haven't been to that many places in Charlotte. I've just gone to this gay bar with my friends. And he was like, oh yeah, that's not really my scene. I'm like, how do you know if you don't try it? He goes, I don't really like to go to this part of town. And I'm like, why? And he goes, well, like that's... And he, like, stopped himself for a minute. Like, he should have just stopped himself completely.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, well, that's where, like, it starts to get a bit more colored. And I said, what? And he goes, like, there's a lot more black people and they get mad at me when I accidentally bump into them and they're always trying to start something. And I said, like, my mouth was dropped open. Like, there was no words. I'm like, what? And I was like, are you seriously saying this to me right now? And as soon as he was done, I put my jacket on and I said, are you ready to go? Because I was not going to sit there and listen to him talk like that anymore. And we walked out. I gave him a hug bye. I wasn't going to let him walk me to my car or anything. And he's like, what are you doing for the rest of the night? Like, I'm going to go home and hang out with my family.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, well, let me know if you want to do something in a few days. And I was like, yeah, you too. And we haven't spoken to each other since.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I think I would have had the same reaction.
Yeah.
Just been like, what? Literally, what did you just say?
Yeah.
And then I would like, okay.
And I was embarrassed to be out with him. Like, I was afraid that people around us were hearing us talk like this. And that I felt the same way that he did. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, you need to stop it. Right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
No, I completely understand. I feel like I would have the same mindset. I'd be like, oh my gosh, who can hear me?
And I'm like, I know. I'm like, who is listening to this conversation? Because I'm genuinely really embarrassed to be out with this guy right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Gross.
I know.
I actually hate that. I really do hate that.
I know. And I came home and, like, my family and everything was like, how was the date? Because, like, this has been a long awaited date. This is a guy from, like, 8 months ago. And they were, like, excited, wanting to hear it all. And I was sitting down with Josh on the couch. And I told him, I was like, he actually made a racist comment while we were out. And I told him what happened. And Josh bursted out laughing. And he was like, wait, he's like, are you serious? And I'm like, yes. And Josh is like dying laughing. He goes, I cannot believe he said that. And especially like he said that to you. And I'm like, I know. And he's like, what did you do in that moment? I was like, I left.
Ended it.
I was done.
Oh my gosh. That is concerning.
I know. I'm like, you are 23 years old and you are saying this out loud?
And that's literally out loud in a public place.
And this is your opinion?
And that's the fact that that's his opinion.
Yeah.
I try not to judge people, but I'm
judging
him.
Judging.
I am judging him a lot.
I'm judging him too.
Oh. Well, that's not fun. But did you get free dinner? Did he pay?
Yeah, he did pay, which was nice. Like it was going fine up until that point. Like he just screwed himself over at that point. Like I would have given him a second chance.
Understandably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Disheveled.
Oh, I also need to.
And making racist comments and late. Mm-hmm. 3 strikes, you're out.
I know. I was done. I do need to update you all on the Australia man, though.
Oh, yeah.
He has officially ghosted me.
Oh, no.
We were texting on Christmas Eve, and he didn't respond to my last text. I went out with the bartender, and like the last time I went out on a bad date and I was upset, I texted the guy from Michigan. Do you remember that? And I was like, I just missed the good ones.
Yeah.
And so I messaged him, basically like kind of what we said before, and I was just like, hey, I've been thinking about you, and I hope you're doing well. Mm-hmm. Something like that.
Yeah.
No response. No response.
Dang.
And I don't understand that.
I don't understand that either.
Like, he went from telling me he deleted all the dating apps to he's crazy about me, wants to see me again, has to see me again.
Yeah.
To doesn't even want to talk to me anymore.
I feel like those guys, I don't know how to see it, because, like, obviously they're, like, so genuinely nice, but they're the first ones to ghost you without a single explanation.
They are.
Because, like, at least the bad boy type who, like, pretty much are just interested in, like, a hookup or something,
Yeah.
They'll like be like, all right, listen, I'm through.
They'll tell you.
Yeah, at least they're like honest, and they don't, or they pull like that breadcrumb and stuff. But I mean,
is that what he did to me? Did he breadcrumb me? But he said all these things after
I
the
think
fact
he just
left
ghosted
and all.
you.
Yeah.
Because I was like,
he said all
a
these
clean
things.
sweep.
Yeah. Like we were chatting for like a week.
In the matter of a
nothing.
week, nothing. Like you guys went 7 days, nothing. Still nothing. So, dang.
Nothing since Christmas Eve. Yeah.
Well, that's a sign. Just wasn't for you.
That's a sign that I am having very bad luck with love recently.
And it's just not the time. We're too young and we are gorgeous, gorgeous girls. So we have to take advantage of that and live our life while we can.
I want to be a gorgeous, gorgeous girl out in California, but then I'm not mad that there's like opportunities happening, but also I want to be in that place.
I was looking at our California photos today and I was like, wow, I miss it. I miss just like...
I miss it too.
Living the influencer life.
Honestly, yeah. Oh, I have a question for you. I need advice.
Okay.
I'm glad you brought that up, the influencer life, because it made me think of my celebrity crush.
Okay.
So we're in the month of we're supposed to be going out. I'm supposed to let him know when I'm going to be there. And I have dates from Claire of when we're going dress shopping. So I'm going to give him the opportunity to either go out with me before those, like, because I'm not going to take away time of being with Claire and Charlie Beth.
Yeah.
Because I literally have not seen them in so long, and I'm so excited to see them, and I'm not taking time away. So he can see me before or after.
Period.
So when should I text him and be like, hey, these are the dates I'll be around? If you want to.
I would do it like a week and a half before.
A week and a half before?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, don't do it. I'm pulling up my calendar right now. So, basically... okay. The times I'm hanging out with Claire are between, like, the 20... I think we're going dress shopping the 22nd, 23rd. And then possibly the 24th, like we're keeping that open.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see him either like the 18th through like, I don't know what's happening that Friday. That's the thing about Friday. I need to call Claire and find out when she's flying in, when all that's happening. Yeah. So like 18th through the 21st is open, and then maybe like 24th through the, like we'll say like 26th or something like that. I will pay for hotel rooms to hang out with this guy.
Yeah. No, I get it.
So it could be like it's almost like 2 weeks away.
Yeah. Really any time. Just so he has time to respond, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would literally say like, maybe this weekend.
Like this coming weekend?
Mm-hmm. The 8th or the 9th.
Okay, that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
Because that'll be like that would be a week and a half.
Yeah.
Of being like, hey, I'll be there around these dates if you want to grab that drink.
Yeah. Keep us updated. This is exciting.
You know I will. So I'm not going to message him for another week then.
Yeah. I gotta keep him waiting. Cool. Gotta keep him on his toes.
Yeah. Yeah. He knows I'm interested.
Yeah.
So.
Oh my gosh. So fun updates.
This has to happen.
Celebrity dating life.
Yep. Celebrity dating life.
You know how it goes.
just celebrity things.
Oh my gosh. Exciting.
I will let you know what I text him when I text him. Perfect. I will probably call you and ask for help.
All right, I'm ready. I'm available.
Okay,
All right, is that our weekly updates?
That's our weekly update.
I think that's all that happened for me this week, personally. So is it Wisconsin time?
Yep, it is. And I know what our next one is, but should we share it?
Not gonna lie, before we even filmed this episode today, I grabbed my journal and I opened it up to the date that we're about to read. I am nervous. I don't know why I'm nervous.
I'm nervous too.
Share with you guys what I was up to on this night. So, to our Wisconsin stories. Yeah, butterflies in my stomach. Kind of a little scared to read this out loud, but for you guys. For you guys.
To our family, this is another one you are not allowed to know about. You're not allowed to listen to, so stop it right now.
Yeah. July 13th. This was a Tuesday night, guys. I remember it vividly. My journal entry starts off with, Today certainly didn't go as planned, but now I believe even more in the saying, everything happens for a reason. I said, morning started great. Me and Liz had a day off. So what do? Plan dates. We were pretty excited. So we got ready and we made all the way to Minneapolis. We hit the Mall of America, immediately hit Cinnabon, which was delicious. Not too soon after that, Liz gets the first bail text of the day. Her man said he was busy, so he now isn't available till tonight. Obviously, she's frustrated, and I mean, so am I. Because
we drove 2 hours.
He truly canceled on her after the time they were supposed to meet.
Yep.
So, not really cool. Anyway, We take that news as a victory, and we start shopping around the mall, and then we stop and meet up with Madison and her fiance for lunch. And I said, during lunch is when I got my bail text of the day. So I was supposed to go on a date that night. And I said, he suddenly became sick, which is weird because we had been messaging that morning. So it was truly just annoying to me. And I was very frustrated and very much angry at that moment. I said, So after that, I went on a very rageful swiping spree. This led to some success, which we'll find out about soon. Liz and I finish up at the mall and make our way to downtown, where Liz joins me on our rageful swiping spree.
Yep.
During this, we saw how horrible and creepy men are right in front of our eyes. There was literally a guy taking photos of a yoga class that was happening in a public park. So it's sad to see that women can't even do yoga without being stared at in a public place. I wrote that down. It was really gross. So after that, Liz and I go up to a rooftop diner for dinner, and I'm starting to solidify some new plans for the night. And Liz brings up her date for the evening, and I got to chat with him for a bit. Liz handed me her keys, and I went on my way. I quickly make my way over to a guy's hotel room because he was just there visiting. I meet up with him, and he knew exactly what he wanted, which honestly was a big turn on, not gonna lie. I have to take a break, guys, because I have to read ahead and know what I'm going to edit out.
Yep, edit.
So I make my way over to a guy's hotel room because he was here just visiting. I meet up with him, and he knew exactly what he wanted, which was honestly such a big turn on. The second we walked in the room, we got right down to business. And let me just say, this man knew what he was doing. He was confident, and that is what I look for in a man. So he was a blast, and he offered me food too, but I declined and swiftly left the hotel room. I checked my phone to see some other guys in the area to maybe plan to go get, late dinner or something. And I've got some time because Liz is still on her date. So I use it to link up with another guy who had a condo. He was... okay, sorry. We're on to my next guy, and I don't know how much information I want to spend with him. You know what? I'll share his name because there's thousands. I said his name was Charlie. He was 30. Now, this guy is interesting. He invited me over to obviously hook up. I enter his house, and immediately we get down to business. Okay, we're going to have to edit a lot during this because how am I supposed to say this? Am I supposed to just go for it?
Just say it. Just say it. Okay. Whatever you want. Okay. Whatever you're comfortable with.
Okay. Let me rewind. As soon as I enter his house, we start getting down to business. We start making out, and then I make my way down. 40 seconds flew by, and boom, it had erupted. So, after that brief 40 seconds, I say, dang, didn't know I was that good. He did not laugh, and I took that as my cue to leave. So I leave and just sit in the car on my phone, and about 20 minutes later, Charlie messages me again to come back. So, me being me, and I knew I had time to spare, I go back. I go back to his house. And I think he recharged and was ready for more because, boy, oh boy, did he do his thing this time. So just like that, I've hooked up with 2 guys in the matter of one night. I don't regret a single moment about it, though.
Nope.
I literally wrote that, period. She knew what she was talking about.
Period.
Okay. So after we finish up, I leave, and not too long after does Liz text me an address. So I make my way over to the destination and waited for a bit, and she finally came out, bra in hand, all the way to the car. I said we were both dying laughing and immediately shared our stories of the night. Liz was a happy gal.
I just have to stop and say, because I've just shared this part of the story now. As I'm walking down the street, Victoria gets out of the car, looks like a disheveled mess with her hair everywhere, and didn't think I would notice. She didn't think I would know what she was up to.
Guys, I thought I looked so good. I was like, I covered this up. It looks like I just went to see a movie by myself. No. It did not.
No,
it did not.
It did not. We took one look at each other, and we were in the middle of the street at midnight. It's like midnight, 12:30 at this point. Yeah. Dying, laughing at each other over the fact of how we look.
Yeah, I looked busted. And it's okay. It's okay. That was pretty much the night for me. I said it was truly a night to remember. And things really couldn't have worked out any better. And then I say on the way home, we saw a total of 17 deer, 2 raccoons, and 3 cats.
That was crazy.
Which was a sight in itself. Wisconsin, kind of crazy. That was 17 deer. 17 deer? A lot.
That's a lot.
And then I ended that entry. I don't know. I hope after all of that, it kind of made sense of what I was up to. Basically, I had a date planned at the beginning of the day. He was sick, so he canceled on me. And I took advantage of that and hooked up with 2 guys in one night. And I would do it again.
Maybe and you should do it again.
I mean, live while you're young. And that's what I have to say.
I think it's so iconic. It's so iconic.
It was pretty iconic in the moment. That was my first time ever doing that.
That's great.
So
I love that for you.
That's that. That's my story on July 13th.
Here's my story. We headed back to Minneapolis. V and I drove separately because I had a date planned with the Olympian. I'm not going to say his name, even though I already had. And she had a date planned with this guy named, I'll call him out, David. The 4 of us headed to the Mall of America first. I bought a corset top, journals, a beautiful $100 dress. I went a little crazy. And I got 2 new ear piercings.
She did.
I did. The 4 of us ended up eating at the Sugar Factory. This place was so aesthetically beautiful and had the biggest drinks and milkshakes. Victoria and I split the appetizer platter and a giant boozy milkshake. Everything about it was delicious. The Olympian was supposed to meet me at the mall, but he was too busy to be able to make it. David was supposed to take Victoria out for dinner, but he was sick, I put in quotes. Freaking men. We still had a great time together, though. We decided to leave the mall and hang out at this waterfall park downtown. We then headed to this rooftop restaurant where we had dinner. He texted me while we were there, telling me he hadn't been feeling great that day, and he wanted to know if I still wanted to hang out, which I did. But I told him if he wasn't interested, he didn't have to hang out with me, but that it was okay. He said he would still love to see me, ... okay, ... He met me at the restaurant and met Victoria before we headed to the Chain of Lakes Park. We hung out there and watched the sunset. Very romantic. He still wanted to take me to get ice cream, so we went to this cool little joint downtown. He asked me, oh, this is kind of personal, but I'll share it.
Okay.
He asked me if I wanted kids while we were there. I told him yeah, but I didn't tell him my fear of not being able to have children. That's a conversation for another day in private. This whole time I was with him, Victoria had gone crazy swiping on Tinder and Bumble. She met 2 guys online who wanted to hook up with her that night. She went to their house and hooked up with them both in under 3 hours in 2 different locations. She's an icon.
Thank you. Thank you, Liz.
You're welcome. I was hyping you up in my journal. The Olympian told me he'd play the cello for me since I had been asking. He opened the car door for me. When I turned to face him in his car, he grabbed my face and kissed me. He didn't even care about all the people around us that could see him kissing me. We got to his house, and he indeed did play the cello for me. He casually played a Bach piece completely memorized. It was very attractive. He's a very talented guy. I also made a note that he sang songs with me in the car, because this guy used to be a professional opera singer as well, and so we sang together.
Just casually.
Casual, professional cello player, opera singer, and Olympian.
Right.
Great. So happy for you. He had me to try to play the cello before he put it away and came back to his bed, where he started to kiss me. He walked me to the front door while I carried my bra in my hand. Unshamefully. I did not want to take the time to put that ridiculous thing back on. Victoria got out of the driver's seat with her hair and makeup completely disheveled and started laughing at me for looking the same way while carrying my bra to the car. I drove home while we died laughing, retelling our eventful night to each other. I think we saw... Oh, you said 16. I think we saw 18 deer, 4 cats, and 1 raccoon. We tried rescuing these 2 kittens that ran in front of my car, but we did not succeed. However, we did succeed in getting some good action that night.
Amazing. Is that how you ended the entry?
That is how I ended the entry.
Point blank, period. However, we did succeed in getting some action that night.
I am such a comedian.
Thank you. That was amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, July 13th, everybody. It was an eventful night. I did have a good time, though. I'm glad that, we went to Minneapolis. I'm glad that I got to go to the Mall of America.
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Charlie is a character that will be reoccurring later in my journal entries.
He does reoccur. And the Olympian continues to reoccur in mine.
So we both introduced some reoccurring characters. Well, I introduced a reoccurring character.
This is the second reoccurrence.
So fun. That's our Wisconsin story for this week. Oh, gosh. Don't judge me too hard. Or do.
Don't judge me either.
I don't care.
I mean, he's a pro athlete. I had to do what I had to do.
Girls gotta do what a girl's gotta do. Yeah. And that's the moral. Plot, that's the moral of this episode.
A girl's gotta do what a girl's gotta do.
Girls gotta do what a girl's gotta do. So have fun, live while you're young, and take advantage of those days off. That's all.
And I really hope my parents didn't listen to this. And if they do end up listening to this, don't tell me. I don't ever want to know. Don't lecture me. Don't tell me.
Oh my goodness. So,
that's it.
That's our episode for this week, guys. Thanks for listening. I hope that this 2022 is starting off with a bang for you guys.
Yeah,
first weekend.
And come next week's episode, you will find out what I text to my celebrity crush about hanging out.
Very exciting. Very exciting stuff here.
Very exciting.
Alrighty.
So stay tuned.
Yes, stay tuned. Like, rate, review, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Share everything you want about our podcast. Get your friends to
Please
listen.
do.
And with all that being said, I'm Victoria.
I'm Elizabeth.
Like the queens.